So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song short, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. It's like it's all they did. Well, those years ago. See? Now I don't want to do any more of it.
Hi everyone, Martha here. So, not many people watch Disney movies anymore, probably because they're not really canon to the series that much, because they're just made at festivals and stuff like that Japan throws, and they just mostly get to know like the concept of the story, and then they make a movie about it, and then they usually don't ever mention what happens in the movies in the series. But I do like this one. This is Inuyasha, The Castle Beyond the Looking Glass. And it was pretty good. I remember watching this one when I was in high school. And this one is pretty, I liked it. So what happens in it? If you don't know the show, it's about a girl named Kagome. He goes back to feudal Japan, and in order to stop a half-demon named Naraku, other half-demon named Inuyasha, get some crystals away from them. But in this movie, they supposedly kill him, and they have help from a full fox demon named Chippo, a monk named Noroku that has a wind tunnel, and Sango that has a brother named Kuhaku that Naraku is basically kidnapped, and she wants to help save her little brother from the mean demon. So once they killed this mean half-demon, they think that it's all over. Yay! But the two demons that are helping, who are like kind of his minions, which is Kagra and Kanna, go after I guess an evil witch named Kaguya. And she's trapped. This lady's trapped inside of a mirror, and she has to, for her to get released, she has to Kagura and Kanna had to collect 5 items. One happens to be Inuyasha's rat cloak. In Kaguya, when they collect the rat cloak of his fire rat kimono from him, like a sleeve of it, she realizes that he's a half-demon, so she wants to make him a full demon and make him his servant, because he wants to be a full demon. And Kagome wants him to stay a full demon. I did like this one part where, because Kagome is from the future. She's from present day, like I told you. She goes to back to feudal Japan, going for her little well that she has in her in her yard, and he can go through that well too back to her time period. And he went inside a photo booth, and he doesn't know what a photo booth is. And they were fighting, but telling her to come back and correct the problem about her doing the Keycon jewel. And her little brother took money in there and took pictures of them while they're fighting. And that part was pretty cool. And then she put a picture of, because he thought that he was going to attack the photo booth, so because he doesn't know what it is, but she stopped him, and so she cut the pictures up and put it inside of a locket to and he ends up keeping it, even though he doesn't understand pictures, since he's from a period where they just did paintings. So yeah. So he ends up keeping it without her knowing it. So they do stay by a fire one time, and she asks him, "Do you still want to become a full demon?" He says yes. But she tells him that, "I dislike you the way you are." And Sango saves her little brother from a couple demons that are after his Keycon jewel he has in his neck to keep him alive. And he also can't remember who she is most of the time, because of Naraku cast a spell on him, pretty much, where he cannot remember his old life. So she saves him, not knowing something that's inside of his back that's bugging him. That will come back to later. And after Kagura and Kana collect all of those 5 items for Kagura, and she's able to come out of the mirror, and she wants some type of cloak that is actually an ancestor that happens to be in Kagome's time, and he has a cloak, and it's actually going to make her be more powerful or something. So after Kagura captures Kagome, finding out that she is that she has powers, and that she's also a priestess who's a reincarnation, or a priestess that lives during this time period, who used to live Kikyo. Well, we have a doll version of her walking around, in a way, a clay doll. And she had one of those items that Kagura had. So after Kagome ends up being hit by her own arrow, because Kagura she shot an arrow at Kagura, but she sent it back to her, and Inuyasha was trapped into a tree. So she kidnapped Kagome, and Inuyasha goes after her with Naraku going Roku comes back from seeing his grandpa's grave, which was was going after Kagura, but guess couldn't kill her because she was too looking, and Roku is always likes women, so I guess he had inherited that from somewhere. And also Kohaku had one of the things too, so they go after them too. And they'll go into like a old-fashioned Japan temple, home, whatever. And that's inside the water. And I did like this one part where, because Inuyasha's half dog demon, when he gets wet fighting a dragon thing that looks kind of like the Hydra, which can't be the Hydra because that's Greek. This is Japanese, but I don't know, it reminded me of it. And he had to fight that dragon was underwater that had many heads. And Kikyo shot an arrow at it, and he was gonna do his sword thing of like Windscar, one of his attacks. And he gets underwater, and after they beat the dragon, we see him like shake off like a dog, which is funny. Does. And so they go after the witch, and they save Kagome, but she like casts a spell where everything that's frozen in time, but Kagome's stuff doesn't get affected because she's from the future, and so is her and so does her stuff. Her like her first aid kit. So, Moroku. Hey, Moroku and Moroku's name sound similar. Why is that? Sango, Kohaku, and Chippo have bandages on them and like realize that Kagome's stuff there are not affected, so they like attack it and like put it all over their body. And they think I think we got a little overboard, and that part was pretty funny. So yeah. And once they get to the temple, Kagome's like wrapped up in this weird star pentagram, I think, and she can't move. And Inuyasha comes and tries to save her, but the witch casts a spell on him and made him where he has to. Oh yeah, Kagra and Kanna like try to take her body because Naraku wanted her body to make him more powerful, because both of them are very similar, I guess. Because he's half demon and she's trying to become like a celestial soul, whatever. And she also wants to make Kagome absorb Kagome, since Kagome has powers to escape her spell that she casts on everybody else. And I think it's because mostly she's from the future. And you can't really cast a spell on somebody from the future. They end up... So, Inuyasha ends up getting a spell cast on him where it's like about to become her servant. But Chippo grabs the 2 charges King Kong Jewel and throws it at Kagome so she can be freed. Sango... everybody else is like wrapped up besides Chippo, and like some vines so they can stop him. Inuyasha hurts Moroku, and Kagome goes up to Inuyasha and tries to like calm him down and make him back to where he was, because if the spell's complete, he can not be how he is. He'd be different and be more. Because a couple like episodes ago, his sword broke and it made it work to where he's struggling being what he is, and it kind of, and this is how he wants to be. And Gomi kisses him and saves him, and Naraku now comes out of poor comes out poor Kuhaku. Because the thing I told you about in his back bugging him, that Naraku was actually hiding inside of poor Kuhaku's body. And he comes out trying to take over Kaguya so he can absorb and have her body. And they end up he tries to absorb her. She uses her mirror in order to save herself and trap Naraku inside of it. And it's up to Inuyasha and the others to stop these two villains from fighting and destroy at least one of them. Well, Roku puts the witch inside of his wind tunnel that disappeared for a while, but now it's back because Raku's alive, and they go through the mirror and go back home, and now they're all free. And Inuyasha's promised that he'll save the way it is for a little while longer. I think this is the movie that makes him, like, even though it's not considered canon, I think this is the movie that kind of helps them, like, get together a lot sooner, because since these two end up together at the end of the series, but it also helps him realize that he needs to stay the way he is because that's what Kagome wants. So that's why I like it. So I know a lot of people probably just watch this movie and know what's going on. I might be confused. You have to watch the series, and that's why a lot of people don't like these type of movies that are not fans. And it's when they find about this movie, they start getting all confused. But I think this movie is just made for the fans, really. So I'm gonna give this movie, like, they do a little bit too much stalling in this movie. It's not, the pacing's kind of not very good. So I do like the rest of it. Probably gonna give this one like a 7 out of 10. Out of the 4 movies that they made for this series, I think this one's the best. Even though it doesn't have one of my favorite characters in here. Really, because he didn't really have a place in here. Really, they didn't really need to have good Kikyo in here either. But they have like that Shumaru in here like for 5 seconds, and then they have him in the credits. So you're like, you're probably wondering who's that guy. So yeah, if you're watching this and you didn't know about the show, I did. So luckily, I didn't know who that was. Alright, I forgot to mention what year it came out and what might have made the box office, since it did go to theaters for a little bit. So let's see what year it was made and how much did it make. It came out December 21st, 2002. The budget was $2 million. The box office was $7,506,000 and $630. So that was pretty good budget. So yeah, I just wanted to add that little bit because I always forget to do that. So let me know if you want me to do any more of these movies. So back to Past Me. If you guys enjoy this, like, favorite, and subscribe. And bye-bye.